tell her mama she had a clean plate. I extinguish your life for drama, just lean on me, okay? I came to instill some honor, at least in the black race. You pause like 3 commas and put on your tag face. You give that badge no honor, I put on my disgust face. Now I see why your ass is on corners and put us on court case. Well, I have one last word for your honor. You should abhor hate. We all come from poor states. We don't put us on poor place. Prison is slavery. Modern day, I guess that's why blacks are the leaders of the poorest place. They're trying to kill us like mosquitoes, but they the vampires today. The devil rapid fire is hate. Is it best if we hide away? They pray we die while we meditate. The world is mine because the meek shall inherit this place. It's apparent we were born this way. Join when the chorus sings. Yeah.
We're kings and queens, so we're free, not dumb. As long as there's breath, then we guarantee we'll have it all.
Yo. Peace to the family. For sure. If I could put it up there, it's already up there. And it's stuck there. Alhambra. You feel me? My boy Taz in the building. Son told me to check in with you before I went live. I should have known better. My boy up and popping. But yeah, y'all see I'm gonna touch on this, the peacetime flag, you know, which not many people are familiar with, obviously. They think the flag is what they call Old Glory, which is the standard flag that they see every day with the stars and the stripes, so called like 50 stars on it, 48, whatever the case. But we're gonna learn today. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna overstand because even those conscious we understand. You feel me? But it's time to overstand, even for the novice. And yeah, like I say right here, the mystery of the forgotten U.S. flag revealed. A little known fact about the history of Old Glory is her sister, the almost forgotten civil flag of the United States. The first authorization of a flag came about on June 14th, 1777, when Congress directed that a flag consist of 13 stripes. I'm gonna definitely have to pull up the Confederate flag, is what you would call it nowadays, and show y'all that that's the actual flag that is consistent of, like they say, when the Congress directed the U.S. flag consists of 13 stripes, alternating red and white, with the Union be 13 stars. Yeah, I'm gonna show you exactly what flag that is. That's not the peacetime flag, but still, that is not the flag you see every day. You know, it's more so considered a Confederate flag. So through usage, white, that a Union be 13 stars, white and blue on the field, representing a new constellation. Through usage, horizontal stripes were adopted for use over military posts, and vertical stripes adopted for use over civilian posts. Most flag purchase orders were for the military version by the federal government. Outpaced by military purchases, civil flag orders were almost non-existent, as the cost was far more than most Americans could afford. Sightings of the civilian flag were rarely seen until U.S. Customs adopted the civil flag in its enforcement to tax collection and inspection in ports, as opposed to acts of war against merchant ships. Yeah, in 1790, Alexander Hamilton proposed armed shipping vessels to enforce custom duties in the nation's shipping ports. Congress agreed and appropriated $10,000 to maintain 10 revenue cutters or ships to be placed under the charge of custom collectors. You know, we're getting into maritime law and where your other flag, derives its authority. On March 2nd, 1799, Congress revised the duties of revenue cutters, which is ships, and added authority to fire upon other vessels if such vessels did not respond to a cutter's flag and a gunshot warning. On June 1st, 1799, Oliver Wolcott, Hamilton's successor, submitted his flag design to President John Adams. His proposal defined a new customs flag with 16 stripes, one stripe for each state that had joined the Union by 1799, and turned the stripes vertical to show the civil nature of its use as opposed to a military nature. For the Union, Wolcott proposed using the arms of the United States, the American bald eagle. Hold on, matter of fact, let me see if I can do this right quick. Right while we're here. 1 second. Let's see. Damn. Yep, it's sent. Hey, Taz, go ahead and tap in, brother. I hit you up on D Calico LB. Let me see. Yeah. Back to it. Yeah. Although intended just for the customs office, the new civilian flag became adopted by custom houses and merchants to show their civilian nature as opposed to being under military control. There we go. Peace, peace, peace. What's going on, Taz?
Peace, bro. What's up?
You already know. Just touching on it. Going through the flag etiquette and basically the forgotten flag. Like, this is more so the United States flag right here, with the stripes going down.
Right.
Yeah, that means like you're pointing your gun down. Your barrels, the barrel of the gun is not in a threatening manner.
In a defensive position.
Yeah, and the one we used to has the bars, pointing at people. You feel me? So the bar and the barrel. You feel me? Yeah, they had a barrel pointed at whatsoever. But yeah, this is the peacetime flag. And I was like just chopping it up. I say like 3 seconds I'm gonna touch on it. I want you to jump in there with me.
Right, I hear you. I'm glad that you have just to help out the district, because I see that you have Yesenia University up there.
Oh, it's still there? The banner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but before you even move on, just since it's there, my background's a little fucked up, so don't nobody be tripping over the damn fucking whatever. But if you get a chance to buy the book from the goddess Yasini, it's called Crescentia Conscious Poetry for the Conscious Mind, and the Roses Left Behind. You're gonna be amazed, especially by this one. I didn't think that that she was gonna get so deep into this book, but since I saw that there, I figure I wanna let the family know, to
That's for sure.
Supposed to support the sister.
That's for sure. I definitely approve that message. Let's see if it's big enough. Is it big enough for you, brother?
Yeah, I can see it.
Let's see. So we're gonna pick up where it says 1950 and put it at the top. Let you go ahead, brother.
You want me to read it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says in 1915, the U.S. Coast Guard began an independent bureau from the Treasury Department, absorbing the Revenue Cutter Service. The civil flag used by the Cutter Service was modified and adopted under Coast Guard authority, losing its original significance of civilian authority, which by then had been long forgotten as the federal government acquired more control over the state and their citizens. By 1951, the original custom civil flag had been phased out completely with another redesign. It is believed by some historians that the civil flag was discontinued after the Civil War when the federal government imposed military governments in the state and disbanded civilian government. Okay, and disbanded civilian governments. All right. As a show of its power over the states, civil flags were discontinued and Old Glory became the sole emblem representing the people of the United States, united under military or admiralty law or admiralty rule. Oh, okay, so I'll get into something a little after a little bit after I finish reading, but just something just clicked in my head right now. But anyways, for over 100 years, the civilian U.S. flag was flown by a select citizenry that could afford to buy them. While most were of the design of the what's my fault? While most were of the design of the Custom Bureau and its American Eagle, many continued to adorn the original look from 1777 with a constellation of stars on a blue field and with red and white vertical stripes. By 1900, the civil flag had all but disappeared except for the occasional use by the government's revenue cutters and more recently the Coast Guard with a modified design. By 1980, nearly all documentation of the civil flag had been omitted in school textbooks. That's why I didn't know about it. Huh? Had been omitted in school textbooks, and its existence left as a mystery in a few old photographs and a rare mention in classical books. God damn. Okay. And they even I wanted to go even further because the one that was implemented if I'm not sure exactly how it coordinated, which one came first or anything. But I know as far one of the flags that were currently flying is wrong, and it's because of the yellow tassels that it has, which puts us in a state of war. Every time that they have the White House press conferences and shit like that, you'll see that the flag in the background, like this one that we have in the picture right now, doesn't have no yellow tassels around it. The one with the so I mean maybe we could look it up. I might have them backwards. It might be the other way around. But I know that with or without the tassels, one of the two, it represents the country being in a state of war.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Trust me, this here, plus all that over, show the people that you writing exact. You know what I'm saying? Because that yellow fringe definitely means, admiralty law,
Facts.
maritime law.
Right. You want me to continue?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, bro.
It says, you may recall in the Old Western, Old Glory has its stripes running sideways. And a military, oh, okay, it was going to touch base. I'm over here all ahead of myself and shit. My bad. And a military yellow fringe. Most of these films are historically accurate about that. Their stories usually take place in territories still under military law and not yet states. Before World War II, no U.S. flag, civil or military, flew within the 48 states, except in federal settings. Only state flags did. Since then, the U.S. government seems to have decided that supposedly sovereign states are its territories too. So it asserts its military power over them under the law of the flag. God damn. All right. History book publishers contribute to the public's miseducation by always picturing the flag in military settings, creating the impression that one with horizontal stripes is the only one there is. They don't actually lie, they just don't tell half the truth. For example, the first American flag they show Betsy Ross sewing at George Washington's request was for the Revolution. Of course, it was military. The U.S. government has refrained from and discouraged flying the civil flag since the Civil War, as the war is still going on, as that war is still going on. Peace has never been declared. No, damn, Gina. So, okay. Peace has never been declared, nor has hostilities against the people ended. The government is still operating under quasi-military martial law.
Hmm. Martial law, martial rule,
Martial law. My bad. Military martial law.
martial
Today,
right there. Yeah.
the U.S. military flag appears alongside or in place of the state flags in nearly all locations within the states. All the states' courts and even the municipals ones now openly display it. This should have raised serious questions from many citizens long ago, but we've been educated to listen and believe what we were told, not to ask questions or think or search the truth. Well, yeah, and to add to that, the etymology of the word educate means to lead away, and it's something to lead a child, not a grown ass motherfucker. It's a child.
Yep.
You're
What the,
training the child to think in a specific
see,
pattern.
I'm going to say, education means a training. So
Right,
animals get a training.
right, right.
Us humans, or real natural person, we supposed to get erudition. That's Erudition. Erudition is when you get taught by scholars. You feel me?
uh,
We're supposed to get scholarship.
okay,
We're not supposed to get education. Education is just a training. You feel me?
right.
Yeah. But I'm gonna jump in right here about the flag is precisely defined by law. It's precise. The law is exact. It says on June 4th, 1776, Congress made the following resolution. The flag of the United States shall be 13 stripes, alternate red and white with a union of 13 stars on of white on a blue field. Because Congress made no rule for the arrangement of the stars, they were displayed in different ways, most usually in a circle. As new states joined the Union, they demanded representation in the stars and stripes of the flag. In 1795, Congress voted to increase to 15 the number of stars and stripes. Legislation enacted in 1818 reestablished the number of stripes at 13 and instituted the policy that on the admission of every new state into the Union, one star be added to the Union of the flag. And an executive order issued by President William Howard Taft. Who heard of that president? Uh, President William Howard Taft. Guys, damn.
Right.
Catch me up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but an executive order issued by President William Howard Taft on October 29th, 1912. This was around the time of Noble Ali, fixed the overall width and length of the U.S. flag, known technically as the hoist and fly, respectively, in a ratio of 1 to 1 out of 9 or whatever. The 13 stripes were fixed at equal width. The hoist of the blue field containing the stars was fixed at 7/13 of the overall hoist. That is, extending from the top of the flag to the bottom of the seventh stripe. The fly of the blue field was fixed at a tiny fraction over 3/4 the overall hoist. The diameter of each was established as a minute fraction under 1/16 of the overall hoist. The flag of the United States shall be 13 horizontal stripes, alternating red, white. It's been said this over and over again, but watch this. And the union of the flag shall be 48 stars, white in a blue field. The 61st statute of 642, July 30th, 1947, chapter 389, 4 U.S. Code A1. This describes the civil flag of the United States as it is to be flown in the District of Columbia. It is enclaves and overseas on ships and embassies. So that flag, is supposed to be the one that they're describing with the 48 stars and all that. It's supposed to be flown over the District of Columbia. which we know ain't nothing but you know, like 13 square miles.
Right, right, right. Is that the one that they just put in a law just recently where they're trying to make it the 51st state? No, that's Washington, right? Washington D.C.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad, my bad. Never mind.
See, currently the flag of the United States is defined as the American flag of peace of the United States of America. It's described as red, white, and blue with 13 alternating red and white horizontal stripes and a blue field union with 50 stars, one to represent each of the several states. Boom, boom, boom. Let me go down. Excuse me. Yeah. Title 4 USC 3 provides that anything put on the Title 4 USC 1, 2 American flags such as gold fringe, like you said, by the gold fringes. See, this is perfect timing. You know, American flags such as gold fringe, it mutilates the flag and carries a 1-year prison term.
God damn.
Yeah, you know. So I think some motherfuckers need to be locked up, don't they?
Real quick.
Hey, for real, man. Because the gold fringe, or this is confirmed by the authority of title. So I know I gotta keep these laws. This is gonna be in some paperwork right here. I ain't lying. They're gonna have to back up and get smacked up. But the gold fringe is a fourth color and represents color of law.
Facts.
The more is always trying to, warn us about that. Color of law, because color in law means a semblance. It means like it resembles law, but it's not law. So boom, color of law jurisdiction, and when placed on the title for USC 1-2 flag, it mutilates the flag. It suspends the Constitution and establishes color of law jurisdiction. I'm gonna let you go ahead, bro. I'm pull it up. Read it.
All right.
I'll read this last little paragraph. As provided by Title 36 USC 173 and Regulation 84-10, Chapter 2-1. The flag of the United States of America is defined and described in Title 4. Civilians must use the Title 4 USC 1-2 flag and Army regulation. And when military flags are displayed by Army regulation. Okay, the United States military flag with the gold fringe. This is what we're talking about with the martial law.
Right. So then the one with that one right there with the fringe on it, that's the one that puts us on a state. Well, had us on a state of martial law. God damn, Gina.
Yeah.
Gemini Knight. Thank you for watching. You're a faithful subscriber to both Crumb TV and our channels, and I wanna thank you for that, because don't think that it goes unnoticed how you're one of the persons that every time we come online, you're always there, you're always supporting us. You don't have a problem with with telling us what it is that you like and don't like. So we appreciate that greatly from all channels, from Calico, from myself, from Brother Crumb, and everybody else that I'm pretty sure that you're watching. Thank you so much. But go ahead, brother. My bad.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you. I think for some reason I'm hearing all of a sudden. I hope you're catching that. Bro.
Right. What you want me to go from right here from martial law, from flag martial law?
Yeah. I'm gonna put it down more for you.
All right, cool. It says flag martial law pursuant to the 4 USC Chapter 1, Section 1, 2, and 3, Executive Order 10834, August 21st, 1959, 24 FR 6865. A military flag is a flag that resembles the regular flag of the United States, except that it has a yellow fringe border on the 3 sides. The President of the United States designates this deviation from the regular flag by executive order and in his capacity as a commander in chief. As a commander in chief, flag martial law. The placing of a French on the national flag, the dimensions of the flag, and the arrangement of the stars in the Union are masters of detail, not controlled by a statute, but are within the discretion of the President as Commander in Chief of the Army and Navy. 34 OPS, Attention General 83. President Dwight David Eisenhower, by Executive Order number 10834, signed on August 21st, 1959, and printed in the Federal Register at 24 FR 6865, pursuant to law, stated that a military flag is a flag that resembles the regular flag of the United States, except that it has a yellow fringe on the border on the three sides. God damn. See, I'm acting surprised because I already knew about it, but I hadn't read nothing specific about it. I had just heard from
Hey,
different people
like
being
this,
brought up.
like this, you never seen laws against it. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
we got literal laws against that crap, and they still committing treason right in front of us.
right, and it just goes to show how they throw us the truth in our face, but since we entertain, sleep, whatever you think you're doing or in what position you are, the whole point is, we don't take the time or enough time to be able to do at least the most minimal of research. I think that's a big problem. But anyways, let me continue. Flag martial law. The use of such a French is prescribed in current Army Regulation number 260-10, 34 OPS, Attentive General 483 for a flag martial law. Ancient custom sanctions the use of the French on regimental colors and standards, but there seems to be no good reason or precedent for his use on other flags. The Adjutant General of the Army, March 28, 1924 to 1925, 34 OPS, Attentive General 483 and 485. Bro, this is what paper is this?
This is this is called
What's
flag code.
this article?
It's called flag code etiquette and laws. It's all about the flag.
Wow.
Flag etiquette.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
matter of fact, I'm gonna put the article in the description.
The description.
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay. I see what you say. I'm now you got me thinking or whatever, but that finishes that part of the article. Is there any more after it?
Yeah, I got some more right here. I got a display of military flag. National flags listed below are for indoor display and for use in ceremonies and parades. For these purposes, the United States flag will be rayon banner cloth, trimmed on three sides with golden yellow fringe. This one you talking about the display of the military flag, of course. It'll be the same size as the flag displayed or carried with. Authorization for indoor display. Each military courtroom, any courtroom, only a military courtroom. Supposed to be any courtroom that displays these flags behind the judge is a military courtroom. And we've never walked in a courtroom that didn't display these flags.
Right.
You are under military law and not constitutional law or common law or civil law or statute law. You feel me? Now we got to know these levels. Like our people, first thing we got to know is constitutional law. We got to know that. Then we can understand common law and understand that that's basically what we the people, the majority agrees upon. We don't have to write it. It's going to be set in stone once we just agree on it. That's how we rock it. And then civil law or statute law. All of that, and man, all of that is suspended when you walk into a courtroom that has these flags behind them. You know,
Right.
the with the yellow fringe. You know, the gold fringe.
Right.
Restrict the following limit. You want to say something, brother?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
The following limitations and prohibitions are applicable to flags, guidons, streamers, and components. Mm. Unauthorized use of official flags, guidons, and streamers, display or use of flags, guidons, and streamers or replicas thereof, including those presently or formerly carried by U.S. Army units, but other than the office, individual, or organization for which authorized, is prohibited, except as indicated in below. United States Army Regulation AR 6410, October 1st, 1979, not that long ago. Okay, according to Army regulations, the flag is trimmed on three sides with fringe of gold, 2.5 inches wide, and that such flags are flown indoors, only in military courtrooms. Did they say only in military courtrooms? And the
Only.
gold fringe flag is not to be carried by anyone except units of the United States Army, the United States Army Divisions Associations. The authority for fringe when the flag is specified in Army regulations, but only for the national military flag. You can pick up right there for me, brother.
Right. All right. All right. Let me put this in. All right. The U.S. Attorney General has stated the placing of a gold fringe on the national flag, the dimensions of the flag, and the arrangements of the stars in the Union are a matter of detail not controlled by statute, but are within the discretion of the President as Commander in Chief of the Army and Navy. Ancient custom sanctions the use of the fringe on regimental colors and standards, but there seems to be no good reason or precedent for its use on other flags. The use of such a fringe is prescribed in current Army Resolutions number 260-10, C34 OPS, attentive General Gen 483 and 485. The only statute or regulation in the United States prescribing a yellow fringe United States flag is the Army Regulation number 260-10, making it a military flag. Damn, Gina. All right. By Army Regulation 260-10, the gold fringe may be used only on regimental colors. The President's flag for military courts martial are the flags used at military recruitment centers. A military flag emblem of a nation usually made of cloth and flown from a staff. From a military standpoint, flags are of two general classes: those flown from stationary masts over army posts, and those carried by troops in formation. Oh, okay. So there's two different ones. They don't represent the same thing. I wasn't aware of that. All right, and those carried by troops in formation. The former are referred to by the general name of flags. The later are called colors when carried by dismounted troops. Colors and standards are more nearly. I can't see the thing, brother. Where was I at? Their color are more nearly square than flags and are made of silk with a knotted fringe of yellow on three sides. Use of a flag, the most general and appropriate use of the flag is a national symbol of authority and power. All right, scroll up a little bit, brother. Yeah. Where we at? Right there. The adornment finial on the top of the flagpole are the that's what I didn't know that's what on the top of the flagpole are for military use only. Damn. The gold eagle is for use of the president of the United States only, and only in time of war. The gold spear ball is for military recruiting centers only. The gold acorn is for military parades only. Army Regulation 840-10, Chapter 8. Now, the colors. A flag ensign or standard borne or in an army or fleet, according to Webster's 1971. And it says color an appearance, semblance, or simulacrum as distinguished from that which is real, a prima facie or apparent right, hence a deceptive appearance, a plausible, assumed exterior concealing a lack of reality, a disguise or pretext. Black Laws Dictionary, 6th edition. Color of law, the appearance of resemble without the substance of legal right, misuse of power, possessed by the virtue of the of state law, and made possible only because wrongdoers is clothed with authority of state. Is action taken under is action taken under color of state law. That's an Atkin versus Lanning, 415F, sub 186 to 188. Colorable, that which is in appearing only and not in reality what is it purports to be, hence counterfeit. uh I don't even know how to pronounce that word. Feigned, having the appearance of truth. That's from Window versus Flynn in 251p, 2D 136 to 146. Colorable alteration, one which makes no real or substantial change, but is introduced only as subterfuge of means of evading the patent or copyrights law. Black Law, sixth edition. And the last one says, well, not the last one, but in this page, colorable imitation. In the law of trademarks, this phrase denotes such a close or ingenious imitation as to be calculated to deceive ordinary wait. Colorable imitation. In the law of trademarks, this phrase denotes such a close or ingenious imitation as to be calculated to deceive ordinary persons. Black Law 6th edition. What the fuck?
Hey, bro, that's why we. Matter of fact, I don't know what it is. I think it's some feedback when both of us on. I don't know, man, but yeah, man. Like, we put like this: anything they say, we gotta make it where it can and will. See, right now we doing where it can be used against them because we're giving the people the knowledge, but they have to actually use it against them too. So just like they say, anything you say can and will be used against you, we have to can and will use anything they say or do against them. You know what I mean? We can't be falling for this colorable law. We,
Facts. Yeah.
we gotta be able to see it and address that and call it out. You know, and paperwork with paperwork to back it up. You know what I mean? For real. Yeah, the law of the flag in international law, which is recognized by every nation of the planet, is defined as a rule to the effect that a vessel is a part of the territory of the nation whose flag she flies. Hmm. The vessel. So that means them and their ships shouldn't have, power on our land. The land should have power over the ship. The term is used to designate the rights under which a ship owner who sends his vessel into a foreign port gives notice by his flag to all enter into contracts with the ship, master that he intends the law of that flag to regulate those contracts, and that they must either submit to his operation or not contract with him or his agent at all. Wow. Yeah. It sounds like that's what it's like when going in the courtroom and using their attorneys. Or
Right, right. See, all this stuff. They're talking about the master of the ship and everything. It's crazy, but it goes back as far as the deluge when we had the Great Flood, because that's where everything came from. Because at one point in time there was nothing. There was nothing but just water all over, supposedly. Now I'm not telling you it was that way. You
Yep.
know
I'm sure.
how the story evolved. There was nothing, and the minute Noah and his people stepped foot on land, they had they had just disembarked, or docked,
Yeah. Yeah.
given birth. They birthed that ship, on land, and they had to establish some type of law. All they knew before that was maritime law because they were always at sea.
What was the name of that last video we did on Crumb TV, me and you? Because
Yeah, we went deep into that. It was Christmas. No, no, no. More Christmas.
yeah, but
Maritime law examined.
yeah, maritime. That's all it was about. You know,
And,
because they might have thought it was about Christmas because of the picture and the title a little bit, but
right.
that thing was all maritime law.
Right. Everything that had to do with it, go check it out on either of our channels, on his channel or my channel. But it was called More Christmas, Maritime Law and Strawman Examined. There's
Yeah.
three parts to it actually, and
Mhm.
you could view those three parts. We go real deep into the whole aspect of maritime law and the strawman that is involved with our spending habits and all of that. But yeah, that was a whole thing here.
Yep. And about the doctrine of four cornering. Mm. It's called four cornering. The four corners, whatever. The flag establishes the law of the country that it represents. For example, the embassies of foreign countries in Washington, D.C. are four cornered by walls or fencing, creating an enclave. Huh? So I might have to put a circle gate around my property when like I don't think I want to go square. I don't want it to be, I don't want to create an enclave. But regardless, right? Because we talking about the four corners.
Right. When you look at older maps of Earth, supposedly, they had four corners on each.
Of the world, yeah.
Yeah, the four corners of the world, and there was an archangel standing on each. Shut up. On an archangel sitting on at the top of every corner, in a little, I don't know. It was like some type of stand that they have in each of the corner. I forgot what's the name of the people that actually have that map, the specific map, because it's a specific map.
Yeah. From specific people. I know what you mean. But yeah, within the boundaries of the enclave of the foreign embassy, the flag of that foreign country establishes the jurisdiction and law of that foreign country, which will be enforced by the law of the flag and international treaty. If you enter an embassy, and you will be subject to the laws of that country, just as if you board a ship flying a foreign flag, you will be subject to the laws of that flag, enforceable by the master of the ship, the captain, which in the courtroom is the judge, by the law of the flag. Hold on, we almost done. But under Article 4, Section 3 of the Constitution for the United States of America, no new state shall be formed or erected within the jurisdiction of any other state. So why have the Germans been allowed to erect a German enclave at Holloman Air Force Base in New Mexico under the law of the flag? Why have the judges of the state and the federal courts been allowed to erect foreign enclaves within our public courthouses under a foreign flag of the yellow fringe upon the soil of your state? Under martial law, you are presumed guilty until proven innocent. You want to pick up right here, Ted?
Yeah. Where is it at?
Under martial law.
Under right there where it says under martial law.
In red.
Oh, you already read that part. Presumed guilty until proven innocent. The flags displayed in state courts and courts of the United States have gold or yellow fringes. That is your warning that you are entering into a foreign enclave, the same as if you were stepping into a foreign embassy and you will be under the jurisdiction of that flag. That flag with the gold or yellow fringe has no constitution, no laws, and no rules of court, and is not recognized by any nation on the earth. and it's foreign to you in the United States of America. Damn, Gina. When you enter a courtroom displaying a gold or yellow French flag, you have just entered into a foreign country, and you better have your passport with you because you may not be coming back to the land of the free for a long time. The judge sitting under a gold or yellow French flag becomes the captain or master of that ship or enclave and has absolute power to make the rules as he goes. The gold or yellow French flag is your warning that you are leaving the constitutionally secure rights on the floor outside the door to that courtroom. This is exactly why so many judges are appointed and not elected. Okay. Appointed and not elected by the people. The federal judges are appointed by the president, the national military commander in chief. The state judges are appointed by the governors, the state military commanders. The judges are appointed because the courts are military courts and civilians do not elect military officers.
Hey, brother. See, the reason the judge has to be appointed is because, like you say, dealing with military law, he is considered a captain. He's the captain of the ship. So you can't elect who gonna be the captain of the ship. That's that's ridiculous. You feel me? So we would never elect a captain of the ship. We would only appoint the right, the guy who we deem to be the right person to steer the ship, or to get us home safely.
Yeah, that's crazy. I knew it was that way, but I hadn't put that together as to why they were being selected and not elected.
Mhm.
All right, but all right, where did we leave off at?
Well, did you read this one? The gold. I think, yeah, you read that one. The gold French flag only stands inside military court.
The Golden flag. No, not that part. All right. It says the gold French flag only stands inside a military court that sit in summary court martial proceedings against civilians, and such courts are governed in part by local rules, but more especially by the Manual of Courts of Martial, U.S. 1994 ED, at Art 99 CLB that's page 4 through 34, pin number, that's a whole number, U.S. Government Printing Office, Washington, D.C. The details of the crime that civilians can commit that are classed as acts of war cover 125 pages in the Manual of Courts Martial. Damn. She said, the Sacred Grove said, governor is a ship steerer, which the term governor comes from. Uh, I'm, I'm gonna go with that. I mean, I'm not too. I can't remember exactly what the word governor's etymology is, but I'm pretty sure you're not far from it.
Yeah, yeah, 'cause
So,
we're dealing with military law.
right.
So if a governor is a ship steer, and I can pretty much trust what this brother saying. This Tram Dickinson L right here. For those who know him, what I'm saying, that brother heavy on that etymology and that law. What I'm saying? I respect him.
Right, right, fact.
He like a younger Seer the Duke of Tears, for real.
Okay, okay.
You
I
know,
am actually,
like my brother done told me that I'm a young Dr. Aline. I gotta let it be known that he's a younger Seer the Duke of Tears. He ain't no joke either. For real.
I'm actually intrigued, so I'm looking up. Um,
The word.
yeah. So if you could keep reading just while I look for this word real quick.
Yeah, let me get to it. We just thought you would like to know it, so that the next time you see this yellow fringe flag, you would know that you are looking at, or you would know what we're looking at and what it really means. They speaking in the same way I want to speak to you. I'm glad it's written like this, because if you are in Spain and you see the national flag of Spain, you would know that you are under the jurisdiction of Spain, and their laws govern you at this time. You are officially noticed when you see their flag. That's what a notice is. You are officially noticed. You can't say you didn't see. I put the colors and everything. Scientifically, people are attracted. They see this. You can't miss it. This is an admirably law
Right.
that says that all who see the flag understand. You stand under it. You stand under it. Don't play with us. You see this? Don't play with me. You here. You in my territory. But they are governed by the laws of the country that this flag represents. You should understand that the gold or yellow fringe flag signifies the same thing. It is a notice to you that you are under the rules and regulations of the military force that is flying that flag. And yeah, so it seemed like the U.S. got packed with other people. It seemed like anybody could wear that flag, and different nations could wear that flag and come over here and
Right.
shop. Are you familiar with martial law? Do you understand that most of our court systems fly this flag? Do you think it is necessary to understand there's difference? These are questions that these people, really need to be answering, man. Because does your attorney understand what this flag means?
Right.
That's a good question, and I would understand that he probably does. But if he doesn't, his ass need to lose his license. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And then they're not for us, so they're not going to use it, to help us. They're going right along with the reason. It is an elementary rule of pleading that a plea to the jurisdiction is attacked, meaning like stay silent. It's a tacit admission that the court has a right to judge the case. It's a waiver to all exception to the jurisdiction. Mm.
We can't see the screen no more, brother. Because of the little.
I didn't move it up enough. Okay. Let's see what brother said. This is about navigating the ship of state admiralty law for show. Ends of court, aka military tribunal.
Yeah.
That's for real. Yeah. Let me get back with it. Hold on. Let me think of what you said. I think I done hit the bottom. There's an elementary rule of pleading. There's an elementary rule of pleading when you plead to the court. That a plea to the jurisdiction is a silent admission that the court has a right to judge the case and is a waiver to all exception to the jurisdiction. So you agreeing to play that game if you plead. That's why you don't nobody do this but the Moors. Only the Moors would not plea in court. Everybody else pleading. That means you begging the judge. If you in the right, you don't have to beg.
Right. And not only that, but if you decide to step upon that ship or that vessel, and address the magi that's gonna be right in front of you, or the magistrate, or whatever the fuck, the judge, whatever you want to call him, you should never step in front of him, because you accept your persona. Once you step in front of him, you accept to him that you are acting under the color of law. You're acting under your title, and that title is linked to a persona or a person. And once you step in front of him and he says, Mr. D. Calico, is that you? And you're like, yes, Your Honor. And you even call him Your Honor. You give him all the power immediately. Yes, Your Honor. I'm me. I'm present. No, I'm not present. I am here only. You have to assert to the fact, that you are there only as to the legal persona that is being accused, and being pinned to you, because you're not that legal persona, that cap it all name that you have in your driver license and every bill you have. I mean, but we go real deep into that, and that previous presentation that both me and Calico did under what the hell was it called again?
More Christmas.
Yeah, called More Christmas, Maritime Law and Strawman Examined.
Yeah.
Be sure to check it out on both our channels or whatever. If you're not in my channel, subscribe. If you on Facebook, you can find me on Facebook under Tasmaniac Wolf. We usually go live with Brother Calico. It's just it be happening.
Yep.
But go ahead, brother. Go ahead. My bad.
So, no, I think this is why I wanted you to pick up, or did
Oh,
you?
okay.
Yeah.
When all official American flags are gone, our country is gone. You can watch over the ramparts by the dawn's early light, with bombs bursting in air until you go blind, but you will not see a proper Title IV USC 1-2 flag with its inherent rights. You may see something that looks like an American flag, but it is shortened national flag for military use only. It is colorable flag and colorable alteration or imitation of the official American flag. Take your tape measure to determine what kind of a flag it really is. You will find that its proportion is shortened to only 1 by 1.66 or 1 by 1.5, and it is not the official size ratio of 1 by 1.9, almost twice as long as it is high. Why do private business display national flags with military adornments on the flagpole? Why do banks display gold or yellow French flags with gold adornments in their lobbies? Why have military colors been placed in our public schools? Why are our children being taught under martial law in a foreign or military enclaves with no constitutionally secure rights under the law of the flag? Why do most churches display gold or yellow French flags with gold adornments? Does your church have a pastor or a military chaplain? Scroll up, brother. Where you went too far, I think. The chaplain. Where am I? Where? We were in chaplain. Does your? I think you might have went too far. I'm guessing. Is it? Oh, does your church have a military church? Yeah. Why are there no manufacturers that produce the correctly proportioned Title IV USC 1.2 civilian American flags? Take your tape measure and try to find one. Why do civilian courts display a military or foreign flag? Why do civilian judges conduct court martials against civilians? Why don't you ask them the reason? Are they foreigners or just are they foreigners or just ignorant? Here are the correct answers to all these questions. The proper Title IV USC 1 and 2 civilian American flag of the United States of America with no fringe takes precedence over all other flags, and it is a superior flag and establishes the civil jurisdiction of the United States of America and the laws made in pursuance thereof. This civilian authority is mandated in almost all the state's constitutions. Almost. It doesn't say all. This civilian authority is mandated in almost all the state constitutions. If you can find a proper civilian American flag, then buy it, for you will then have something very powerful indeed. However, a gold or yellow French military or foreign flag displayed without the presence of a proper Title IV USC 1 and 2 civilian American flag suspends the Constitution by the international law of the flag. This takes away your rights and places you firmly under the military or martial law jurisdiction if you do not have your proper Title IV USC 1-2 civilian American flag. Damn, Gina, that's crazy. Scroll up a little bit, brother. Now you know why you cannot find a proper Title IV USC 1-2 civilian American flag, because your civilian flag and law would be superior to the military law of corporate United States. Damn, G.
Yeah, man.
would be superior to the military law of the corporate United States, and they could no longer rule over you.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
America has been conquered by tactic admission. The people have surrendered. I've said this many times. I've said this many times. The Americas were never defeated. They were never defeated. They were infiltrated. They were the tribes within it were put against each other. And while we were too busy fighting each other and killing each other, these motherfuckers set up a whole new system that we have no idea how it works. A lot of this shit that I'm reading right now, brother, I'm a little, I'm a little, and just to show.
But that's everybody. Watch this, bro. This is proper. This is the etiquette. You know, we're not taught etiquette on any level. I can't think of one level that they've given my people true etiquette. And
Yeah.
I think I'm getting a feedback. I hope the people can hear it. What I was saying is, you know, like the article says, this is flag etiquette or flag code etiquette and laws. So this is the laws of the flag, etiquette of the flag, and the codes to the T. This is, you know, these ain't number of facts. These are receipts for real, for real. You know, so we got the evidence that, like we say, you know why you can't find the civil flag or the peacetime flag? He say because your civilian flag in law would be superior. Huh? That means your civilian law, civilian flag, your constitution, you know, all of the original things would be superior to the military law of the corporate United States. And they could no longer rule over you.
Facts, because in my ignorance, I would assume that would give us the power of the natural law of the land, while they're trying to infringe the law of the sea upon us. The courthouse is a ship in dry dock. Exactly, that's exactly what I mean. It's a ship that belongs in the water, that's on dry land, trying to tell you how to run your shit. That's exactly what it's happening. It's like a fish trying to tell a cat how he should be walking. How in the hell is a fish going to tell a cat, any animal, even us? How is something from the sea going to tell us how we should rule over ourselves? Which is not, and this is a very, very deep thing. I've been just to show. I've been, and I don't know if you could show my my thing real quick. But everything that the article saying, I'm looking at it here in the you know, just to make sure that that is not, you know, something, you know, that just got put together or whatever. It's literally here in this in the Black Laws Dictionary. This is the first edition. I'm checking it from the first edition to the later editions. This is the 11th edition, and everything in that article and their etymologies or definitions of what under the color of law this flag stands for is literally inside the dictionaries and the books. This is insane that we didn't have this kind of knowledge of it. Well, let me rephrase that. Because the knowledge been there. There's nothing new under the sun. The only difference is we were too lazy to look it up. We were too fucking lazy to look it up. But anyways, let's continue, brother. You still there? Did the brother?
Hey, nah, that's my bad. My bad. I'm over here talking. I took me off the stream right quick. But I would say that we definitely have been deprived. You know what I mean? We were deprived, and like getting into the deluge, like we were talking about the floods and all that. Like the thing about the deluge is that the word deluge refers to like many levels. You know what I mean? It got to do, like there could be a deluge of darkness. You feel me? We can go through a serious time of dark. You know, that would be a deluge, but it'd be of darkness. You know, like we can go through so much sunlight to the point that they could call that, like, let's say if we went through where Antarctica goes through, where they get 6 months of sunlight, like day and night, no nighttime. You feel me? So the people that would be a deluge of the light. Like right now, what we call the age of information, we really in a deluge of the knowledge. It's like it's a flood that's coming. You know, so the flood can be many many things. Or the deluge can be, and we were in a deluge of ignorance. And nobody would have picked the book up even if it was there. Because look how thick and big those books were, or how big they are.
Real talk. Real talk.
And I can imagine back then they weren't going to pick it up too much, not too many people, but that's where nobility comes in, you know?
If I would have saw these books, brother, say 10 years ago, I would have looked at that book, laughed, and I would have turned around and went and looked for some other shit, because that is just way too thick for anybody back in the day to be, trying to get some type of information from these books. The first thing a person gonna think is like, that's a damn encyclopedia.
Hmm. Exactly. It scare a lot of people. It's like saying, because even me, I can swim, but I'm not fond of swimming in super deep water. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I want to be able to go to the bottom and come back up. I don't like going where there's no way in hell I could touch the bottom. That's not where I want to swim. You know what I mean? So a lot of people look at a book the same way. You know,
Exactly.
and I've never. I mean, I'm guilty. I've never read any book that damn big. Like nobody can say. I don't know if anybody can say they read every page. That would take so much dedication. But it's the same kind of dedication a lot of people have given the Bible. So there's nothing wrong with doing the same with a law book, or
Right, and you're gonna realize that you don't need because if you could put it back on the screen, brother, real quick, just so they can see the thickness of the book real fast. I'm gonna add the camera, and the book is pretty thick. Both of them alone. That's a pretty look. It covers my entire face, like literally. So it is a big book, but let's make this very clear. You're gonna come up if you're actually looking for it. If you're actually looking for it, you're gonna come up throughout the process of the day, bro. Throughout the whole process of that day, you're going to be able to come up with words that you're gonna be like, I wonder what's the definition of that word in law. Every time you see we bump into the cops all the time, so most of us go to court not on a regular basis, but we do go. So there's certain language that we see these people utilizing, and you could go back, and it don't have to be you reading the book, but just I wonder what Constitution means in, according to the Black Laws Dictionary. I wonder what person means. I wonder what rich means, according to Black Laws Dictionary, because it's a totally different language. It sounds like you're speaking English, but it's not. It's like you trying to read Romeo and Juliet. It sounds like it's English, but you have no fucking idea what they're saying.
for real, for real. I think this is what you were supposed to pick up, because right here where it was said, America has been conquered by tacit admission. Meaning silent admission by people. The people have surrendered. If a person won't open their mouth, that means we're conquered people. But I feel it's more so that we didn't have the knowledge to even open our mouth. But we were opening our mouth saying a whole bunch of nothing. You know what I mean? So now, this is what we got to fight with. Go ahead, brother Ted.
Facts, facts. It says when two nations go to war, the object of the game is to capture the other guy's flag. Facts. That even goes with when you're playing a game like chess. The object of the game is to conquer the king on the other side, which is holding a certain kind of flag, but to capture the other guy's flag. When you go onto foreign soil to take the other guy's flag down and put your own up, you have captured the other guy's territory and put it under the law or constitution of your flag. Sun Tzu, the ancient Chinese philosopher and general, said that when the art of war is brought to its highest pinnacle, the enemy will be conquered without opposing armies having ever met in the field. By skillfully using the art of deception, the skillful use of agents to infiltrate the enemy's government, the enemy may be conquered without the enemy even knowing that it had been conquered. We have been conquered. Where is the BFW? Where are the veterans that paid so high a price for a Title IV USC 1-2 American flag and the liberty and country that it represents? Will these men who sacrificed so much constitute to consent to the fall of our nation by their continued silence? Have they capitulated by tacit agreements? Capitulation is the act of agreement of surrendering upon negotiated or simulated terms. Black Laws Dictionary, 6th edition. I'm not even going to look it up because everything I've looked up so far, I've looked up like 6 different things, and every time it makes a reference to Black Laws Dictionary, it sure in the hell is that. But moving on, tacit. Existing, inferred, or understood without being openly expressed or stated, implied by silence or silence acquiescence, as tacit agreement of tacit understanding, done or made in silence, implied or indicated, but not actually expressed, manifested by the refraining from contradiction or objection, inferred from the situation and circumstances in the absence of expressed matter. Black Laws Dictionary, 6th edition. I gotta get me a 6th edition because I see there's a lot of
I mean, it's really the older the better. You
right.
know, really the older the better. The sixes we would be like would be able to tell you what they say nowadays, but we going off these old documents, so we gotta have an older Black's Law Dictionary. Like I got a 4th edition. You know.
Right. And that
Hey, this brother said a mouthful though, bro. Huh? He said we do not have freedom. We have ordered liberty. Huh? Note Statue of Liberty. Huh? They say, oh, that's what you demand. You demand liberty? Okay, I bring you a damn Statue of Liberty, and it's not on land, huh? But out, because basically it could have been treated like a flag. That if you see this, damn it, you stand under this. You know what I'm saying? This liberty for us. Period. You see that? Yeah, this like our flag. You better not come around here, man. We run things for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? We could have had it on top of a mountain. Like, you see that? Yeah. Don't play with me. This our land. But it's out to sea on an island. Huh? A seaman is granted liberty in birth. And we talking about the BERTH, like how ships get birth on a dock, DOCK, but not freedom.
those are facts. Those are facts. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
The brother did set a handful on that, and it's so
And that's why the sister say language. Was that's a sister, right? Or what?
yeah,
Gemini.
Gemini 9, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a, she said it twice. It was, it was so right. She said it twice because language is everything for real. And, that's why we, advocating for a Black's Law to our, all the listeners and all of the all the Moors or all of the conscious folk, period. Like really wake up. And then I guess we'll know what to call ourselves. But back to it because it's almost done.
Fact.
But
So we were in what? I just finished tacit admission. an acknowledgement or concession of a fact inferred from either silence or from the substance of what one has said. Maxim of law. Tacita quodam habentur pro expressis. Things unexpressed are sometimes considered as
It's
expressed.
express. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
So sitting there being quiet ain't gonna save us. You know what I'm saying? Like all that right. You have the right to me, son. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that means if you don't know what to say and how to say it, you don't have to talk. Well, guess what? We know what to say. You are in violation. You know, you are committing treason. I see that flag over there. Why is that in the classroom with gold fringes on it? I mean, what the hell is going on? Like, you know, get down to the bottom of everything. But like right here, it is treason. Our elected officials, judges, county commissioners, city councils, school boards, and matter of fact, you know this is true because every place they just named, our elected officials, judges, county commissioners, city councils, school boards, and school administrators, you see that gold fringe flag in every one of these places.
Those are facts.
You know, behind each and every one of them, take their pictures in front of that sucker. You know, and the state police, the state legislatures, you know, legislators, the governor, the U.S. Congress, and even the president have all committed acts of constructive treason. That's why we are up against a de facto government. You know, this is what we talk about when we say the Act of 1871. People don't know what it means to reestablish the republic for real. You know, the we the people. That means, hey, maybe the people are better now. We can come together and make a better government together. You know what I mean? But we still gonna sit here and let these people pay people to run us. You know, whoever want to run us, they run us. All you gotta do is get this flag and put on this uniform. You know, I'm gonna give you one of these various positions, and you're gonna be a ruler. What the hell? But constructive treason, treason imputed to a person by law from his conduct or course of action, though his deeds taken severely do not amount to actual treason. Black Six also define it an attempt to establish treason by uh, circumstantiality and not by the simple genuine letter of the law, and therefore is highly dangerous to public freedom. The judges, with deliberate intent and by overt judicial acts, or we could say tactics, since we were saying tact, because obviously a tactic is what they perform against people that's not saying anything, that's not speaking up for themselves.
True, true.
You know, and an attempt to establish treason by circumstantiality and not by the simple genuine letter of the law, and therefore is highly dangerous to public freedom. Matter of fact, let me see. Can you read that for me, brother? I gotta do something right quick.
All right. It says, where were we? Where were we at? Surrendering the Constitution of the United States from the NATO. Okay. The judges, with deliberate intent and by over judicial acts, are surrendering the Constitution of the United States of America to a foreign state power, as is denoted by the yellow or gold fringe flag in the courtroom, thereby using any party appearing before his court laws of the constitutional rights. Judges are other office judges or other officers that swear an oath and affirmation to support and defend the Constitution for the United States of America, and then surrender and erect foreign enclaves upon the soil of the several states in breach of Article 4, Section 3, are guilty by definition of constructive treason against the people. God damn, Gina. When all of the Title 4 USC 1 and 2 official American flags are gone, the United States of America and our precious Constitution are dead. If you do not think that the flag is important, why then did the entire battalion of Marines in early 1942 fight to the last man defending the flag against the Japanese? In early 1942, in the Philippines, a young officer named Lieutenant Ramsey under the go ahead, go down. In 1942, in the Philippines, a young officer named Lieutenant Ramsey, under the command of General Wainwright, led the last mounted cavalry charge in the history of the U.S. Army. On the U.S. Army, Lieutenant Ramsey and his men fought so viciously and with such determination that, against overwhelming odds, the Japanese were routed, buying precious time to enable the American forces to retreat to the peninsula of Bataan when the American forces were finally forced by starvation to surrender to the Japanese. Lieutenant Ramsey refused to surrender and slipped through the Japanese lines with a handful of his men and continued to make war against the Japanese by hiding in the mountains and jungle. Lieutenant Ramsey, though poorly equipped, was able to train a guerrilla army and wreak havoc on the Japanese. This dude was Rambo for real. Is that's as far as I can determine? Ramsey and his men did not surrender their flag. Why do you surrender yours? Because we some goofies. But
Man, what's wrong? Man, what's wrong with us? You know what I mean? But like I say, I blame it on, you know, not knowing, which is just ignorance. You know, it's pretty much like they always say, my people perish from a lack of knowledge. Well, they probably need to speak in a term they understand because they don't even know what knowledge is. So you got to let them know my people perish from ignorance.
facts. The only problem with that one is that ignorance is when you're not aware of it. Once you become knowing that something is going on and you still go along with it, now it becomes stupidity.
Yeah, see, I mean, people get it confused when you say ignorant. Like, if you call a person ignorant, they're gonna swear it's so disrespectful. You know, if you call a person retard, you know what I'm saying? They don't understand what it really means. It's like, hey, I am, you know what I'm saying? I too am, retard in something or in some things. It's gonna be something I'm gonna be slow about. You know, what I mean, it could be a app on the phone. I'm gonna be like, I finally figured it out. You know what I mean? It
Right.
just like that about some things. You know what I'm saying? But it's not necessarily something I'm really concerned about. But I'm still slow about it if you want to be honest. You know what I mean?
Right. Being ignorant is I'm not saying is not a bad thing because but it truly isn't. It's just when you're a willful ignorant because you already know but choose to ignore the facts, that's when it becomes a problem. I think that's in the state of mind that we're in right now. We just don't care enough to search to see if we're being told the truth or if we are being presented the truth or if we are even reading the truth, which is something as simple as just read a book.
That's for real. And matter of fact, I'm gonna show the real flag before I get up out of here too. I wanted to find it on my post. 'Cause, that's where I really want to get it from. But now you gotta mute yourself, brother. For some reason, I don't think it's echoing right now.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, while you're looking for that, if since we're about to go off, just let the family know. You just let me um share my screen real fast whenever you get a chance.
Yeah, I'm finna. Okay, I could do it, but I found it. But I'd share yours first.
Oh, okay, my bad. Just for anybody interested in the near future, I'm gonna be doing a presentation. It's called the Kabbalion Explained. So if you're interested in that subject and you're looking for the information in regards about it, uh, I'm gonna be going deep, real deep into this. Subscribe to my channel or add me on Facebook. Um, or oh no, don't go to Instagram. You could go to Instagram, but I'm not gonna do the live on Instagram. It's just gonna be on Facebook. and on YouTube. So you're gonna be able to see it either on you can find it under the Taz Show on YouTube, or as well as on Facebook. My business page goes under is also under the Taz Show, as you see it right there with two Z's, not with one Z. I was aware of Taz, the dude that does the wrestling, which is a very famous guy. So you might get a lot of things pop up about him if you search me. But if you scroll enough on all of them, you're gonna bump into my channels on all of them, especially on YouTube. I'm trying to grow my channel right now. So if you do get a chance to just subscribe, and if you like my content, let me know. If you don't, then let me know too. Shit, I want to know why you didn't like it.
Yeah, that's real.
Appreciate it, brother.
For sure. I'm gonna say, matter of fact, here we go. Here we go. This is more like the original flag. Let me show you. How do I go to the next picture? Okay, this one. But boom, the outer ring. Yeah, you might have to mute. Appreciate it. The outer ring of 13 stars would represent the original 13 colonies. The ring of 6 stars would represent the 6 nations that have had sovereignty. The outer ring of 13 stars represents the original 13 colonies. The ring of 6 stars, let me go back to that while we're talking. The outer 13 represent the original 13 colonies. The inner 6 stars, ring of 6 stars, would represent the 6 nations that have had sovereignty over Mississippi territory, various Native American nations as a collective nation, French Empire, Spanish Empire, Great Britain, the United States, and the Confederacy. And the inner and slightly larger star would represent Mississippi itself. That's what we're looking at when we're looking at this flag. This original assembly of what the flag was really like. And this is not the peacetime flag again, but still, this is the treaty. This is the flag we actually made treaties with them. This shows the treaty. This shows the 13 colonies. This shows the Confederacy, like the Iroquois Confederacy. And like they said, the main star represents the Mississippi itself. So the Moors need to understand, we got to understand, when we looking at this, our red banner flag with that 5-pointed star, what did it represent? It represented Mississippi. Because, our flag was a political, body, basically. That's what the Moorish Americans essentially are. It's a political body. So there's no way this brother didn't understand the original way. If I just got it, I'm sure that thought been floating around. So, that's that main giant star, and he had it so big. I mean, what else is more important for it to represent for us over here? That's the Nile of the West. But yeah, let me see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. It was a good build though, because I'm pretty sure they finally got to see what the peacetime flag really looks like, which I'm gonna show one more time, just put the icing on the cake, because it needs to be certified that they know what the peacetime flag looks like, or the civil flag. When they civilized, they're not civilized. They're letting you know that. And that's why they wave that banner, that wartime banner that we know of is Old Glory, or whatever the case may be. But yeah.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for having me on the show. Appreciate all the platforms out there, whoever it is that is watching us on all platforms. Subscribe to D Calico's channel, to Yassini's channel. Subscribe to my channel. Be sure to check out all our content. I appreciate you letting me build with you, brother. Most definitely.
Yeah, we finna get up out of here. Did I, trying to remember, did I start with music? Because I was just showing them the flag one more time just to give them that visual. But that's definitely the peacetime flag. Like I say, the bars, like that's the word barrel, obviously. So we're talking about a gun. The barrel is pointing down. This is all peace. Now the flag you accustomed to, the bars or barrels, is pointing up. And it represents war. So we got to make them put all guns down since they want to take guns off the streets and all that. That means put your gun down first.
Right, put your shit down first. That's deep. That's deep as hell.
For real, for real. So we gonna like I never like that's one thing about I critique anything and anybody, and I wish I could have asked him if he was here, but like with Noah Drali, he always showed the two flags, and I always hated seeing the American flag, that thing we call the American flag, that military flag in his other hand. I hated, always hated it, because I feel like it should be that flag in his other hand. It should have the peacetime flag and the Moors flag. We could say the Moroccan flag, however we want to call it. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for myself. I'm gonna put those two together. That's my treating. If they talking about war, I can't be, I ain't gonna associate with them. I can't be bowing down to them. So it's damn them. For real, for real. And I appreciate you helping me out, brother. You know what I'm saying? Keeping the people interested for real, because you definitely bring it.
I appreciate you, brother. I definitely. I'm always open for it. You know that. We all we got, but we all we need, brother. We ain't nothing else needed. So with that said, I appreciate you for allowing me to grace your platform with my perspective.
That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? And that was flag code, etiquette, and laws. And we just broke down what the civil flag or the peacetime flag really is, and also, broke down what the gold fringe, the military flag really is also. So we know what we up against. Now we know how to fight. Let's get it.
Peace.